You can't trust them, Mama.
What?
You can't trust
Hey everybody, I'm Yoko.
I'm India.
And we are Her Words, Her Thoughts. And we hope that all of you are staying safe out there, making money, catching up on our show. Joining us today, we have DT and Amber.
Yes.
And they are not only friends of the show, but they're married.
Yes, they are.
10 and a half years and counting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is so
Yeah. He definitely put a ring on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Interesting.
Yes,
You
it
feel
is.
that?
Yes, it is.
So, they're going to give us their commentary. We have some topics. Marriage, relationships, just all of it. And they're going to join us today.
Yeah, it should be interesting. Another
Very.
perspective besides us two.
Mm-hmm.
I like this. I like it a lot.
Right.
Y'all ready?
Yeah. I think with a little cocktail, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, I think so too.
But make sure that you guys tune into the show, YouTube, Her Words, Her Thoughts. Like, subscribe, comment, or feel free to send us a DM if you have a topic. If you want to call in, we're thinking of, or we are going to start having people call in live. If you're interested, if anything you want to address from prior episodes, please make sure to drop it in our DM or send us the emails, herwordsherthoughts@yahoo.com.
Yes, and I'll put the information down below in the caption also. So you can let us know if you have a specific topic or question that you want to talk about when you call in, or if you don't, we can present one to you just to add you guys to the conversation. We'll start doing that in future episodes. So we want people to call in and give that a try and see how that goes. So that should be fun too.
For sure. And if you haven't noticed, this is a smoky episode.
Smoky. That's all
Smoky
right.
all over.
Oh my God, because we're
Big
people
talk,
who
big
like
talk.
10 does. That's just
Just
a part of
like
us.
we-
That's who we are as a
Ain't nothing
couple.
wrong with
We
that.
like to indulge.
Yeah.
And marriage
I
is
think
fun.
Yeah, and it's
like
okay,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Marriage is what you make it, right?
Absolutely. It's your own rules. And we set them. For
sure. So, for me, I know, like, it's a question that, I mean, not even a question, but a comment that always comes up or is being said, and is, if you're married, you shouldn't get advice from your single friend. And, I mean, I'm not married. I haven't been married. I probably will be one day. You too, right?
So when they say single, they mean not married, or they mean not with a partner?
I believe that they mean not married.
Oh.
Like, if you're not married, I don't think they literally mean single. They really just mean like not married. It's like you in a relationship, yet you haven't even crossed that line to you. How can you tell me how to maintain my marriage if you're not
married yet?
Because it's different. It's a different level.
It is, though. It is.
So what do you guys feel about that statement? Like, being a married couple, do you believe that, or do you feel like, you know, it kind of depends? Like, what is
Yeah,
like, how do you feel?
It kind of depends.
On what? Well, what do you
A
feel?
because a relationship is a relationship. Marriage, people put too much emphasis on. It's just a piece of paper. A relationship, regardless of you married or not married, it's a relationship.
Just on
So
paper, that's it.
it's not a difference to me. I feel like people always try to How you say differentiate that?
Differentiate.
It's
Like it sets married people
yeah,
apart
because to
from
me, I feel
non-married
like
people.
you still expect the same things in a relationship in a sense. So what makes it better because you married?
Right.
So
you
basically,
still hold the man or the woman to the same standards, are accountable for the same things. So just because, so how could you not give advice? If you're in a relationship, you're in a relationship. You still expect the same thing for your dude that I expect from my husband.
Right.
And that's what turns him into your husband.
So you taking advice from your single friend? Or your
I mean, you gonna always have an open ear. It's nothing to be. That's being closed-minded. That's just like say you don't have an opinion. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
What you feel about it?
Well, we let DT go.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I'm sorry.
I mean, he said it depends, but I want to know more.
You know, it depends if the single friend know what he's talking about.
But what makes them know what they're talking about?
Like, you know, if they're in a relationship, you know, if they've been there and they did it.
Experience.
Their experience, for sure.
So you feel like they can't answer it if they have not experienced it.
If you, if you haven't experienced it, ain't no point in you talking about it.
I can accept that.
If you haven't experienced it, ain't no point in you talking about it.
I can accept that.
You know, if they, if you, if you haven't experienced it, ain't no point in you talking about it. You know, if they, if you
But you guys have quite a few, like, y'all have friends that's married, though. You have friends that's not married, but you have quite a few. You surrounded.
We have both, yeah.
Multiple.
We do. And each marriage is different.
Yeah.
Totally different. But each relationship is different. Still goes back to the same thing. So, what's the difference? So, how can I not take, your opinion versus because you married it out there?
I would assume that it's more so on the specific person and like the person's mindset, and if you trust their opinion in general, it wouldn't have to do with if they're married or not. It would be based off of their life decisions and how they move in the world. So there's some people that I would accept advice from and that I wouldn't have to do with marriage, but just like who they are as a person. Like if it's somebody that I trust and like that's a smart person, that's logical, then she's gonna give me some logical advice. It don't have to be married or not married advice. I'm not married, but I'm saying if I was, that's what I would think. That I would take advice from anybody that I trust.
Yeah.
That has my best interest at heart. Because people will give you some advice coming from tainted place or what's the word I'm looking for? There's a term that's very common that I can't think of right now, but like a person that's been hurt so much that they're going to give you advice from their perspective because they're thinking everything negative.
Are you always on their level of where they experience?
Yeah.
So they don't know
like,
think
outside
the box.
I wouldn't trust that nigga because you have so many reasons not to trust niggas. So you're already coming from like, I wouldn't ask you for advice. And it's not nothing against the person. It's just only what they know and like what they can do.
Like you basically saying like some people can only judge or give it from their own personal experience.
There's a word that I'm Drake uses it in his songs a lot. It's like when you've been through so much that you're like damaged.
Projecting.
So
what is it? You're projecting?
No, there's a word. I'm gonna think of it as something. If there's a word for it, but yeah. What do you think?
I would agree with you. I think it really just depends on the person, and just how open-minded they are. I think that some people can't see past their own experience, so they give advice.
Jaded. Sorry.
Oh, jaded.
Jaded. That's the word I was trying to think of. Jaded.
Similar to things.
Yeah, but I was trying to think of a specific word.
Yeah.
Yeah, jaded.
But that is true. Like so they can't see past their experience. So they can't give you advice past what they've experienced.
Because they're closed-minded.
Yeah.
All they know is what they
yeah.
So then whatever place they've been or they've left.
That person can give you bad
all
advice.
they're going.
Yeah.
And I didn't mean to give you bad advice, but their advice give you bad.
Yeah, so I guess I wouldn't really look at the status of where you are in a relationship because somebody might be like, well, you're single. And yeah, maybe I have been single for a long time. But it's like, you might be in a relationship for a long time and your relationship is horrible. You know what I mean? So it's like, you gotta, I want you to consider why I'm single. Don't look at that I'm single, but why am I single?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
what put me to where I am to make me feel
if
like
you're not
this
single,
bad.
you're going to be the same person that you are now. We're adults. We're mature, well-rounded adults that can give advice. You know? Yeah.
Some of us, not all of us.
Yeah, that too.
That's great. So, what about with all of that, with the advice from friends and all that? Let's take a turn in the bedroom. To the bedroom.
Oh, okay.
And it's how are you open to adding another person to the marriage? Not so much of like a swinger or a threesome, but like an additional wife, an additional husband.
Like a long-term partner type of thing?
Yeah, like the thing.
Sister wife?
Yeah. Yeah.
He can't even handle one wife, so I could imagine what he could do with
Say
one.
that again.
I mean, look. I'm gonna tell you the
That's
truth.
your fantasy world, but let's see.
That's every man's fantasy. For sure, is having sister wives. You know what I'm saying? If two women willing to do that and they accepting that, then fine. For sure, the man gonna go with it. But if they not rolling with it, it's not gonna happen.
Okay, so given me being your wife, I came home one day and I'm like, you know what, I met this lady.
But everything have to be cool.
Just listen to me. I'm like, I don't know, just something about her just intrigues me. You know, and I want her to come home. he's saying that, but if I really actually addressed him, he'd be like,
What would you say if she said that?
look, see, his facial expression.
We're gonna come down to it, like you gotta make a choice.
I mean,
Like I want you to meet her. Like
Yeah.
I want you to meet her.
I'm gonna bring her home. Look,
yeah. I
you
mean,
can't. Yeah, what? You gonna say yeah?
I
Why
have-
you looking at me? You just said
I
that's
have to
every man's
accept
fantasy.
You have to
I
what?
have to
Approve
accept
it.
first. I have to approve
But
it.
that's not the point. But I'm just saying, just even getting to the point of just saying, I met this person and I want to introduce you to her. I don't. He's saying that, but he's not gonna be that receptive. I'll come. He'll be like, wait, what?
What makes you feel like he's not gonna be receptive? You making it sound like he's gonna back down.
You,
She's
that's
making
not how
it sound
I
like
know
he's
he is. He's just saying that, yeah, out of because I feel like that's what a man's supposed to say, and that's what look good, and that's what. But truly, if I really came and I set you down and okay, we go home, you know, and I said that, I would not believe that that's his response. That would be interesting to me. I would not feel myself.
What would you feel, Donnie? Speak
Yeah,
up for
yeah,
you.
listen.
Speak for yourself.
Right.
Come on, let the people
You
hear
need to
you.
be on, yeah, let the people, you speaking for the men. So, therefore,
Okay,
speak for them.
look, like I said though. Anyway, but
You not saying nothing. See, Cal got your tongue.
If she
That's
came
what I
to
mean.
look,
So are you likely to take a girl home? I mean, like, what do you feel about taking a girl home so for him to?
It's funny because me and him have actually had this conversation like many of times. But I feel like
Why can't you take you out home?
yeah.
that's so. I think let me get to
Get
that.
in there.
So that's basically like the thing. I feel like it's a one-sided thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's
His
not
main
all-
thing is always what a guy wants, this and this. And I said, okay, so if we can indulge in yours, I want to indulge in mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if we can meet in the middle, then we'll see.
Yeah, that's why you do swinger
And he
things.
does it.
You do the swinger. That's why it's called
So-
swingers.
So less official, more like for fun. You mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he's talking swingers, like you go to one of those.
Right.
You go to one of those.
Not you
custom
bring
spots.
somebody home. He just
Yeah.
and that's still the same.
You go in the
I
room,
like
she
to-
go
I
in the
like to
room.
join that threesome.
Yeah, she just gonna go in the room with you.
Yeah,
And you gonna
I
go-
do my own, just
And
like
I
that.
and he says that I just really I'd love
Alright.
to let's walk in this city.
Listen, if I'm in a different closure, but
Because you can't
if
see,
we in
right?
the same room, then it might be a different story.
But
I
you
like
see
the
the
different,
difference?
Living
So
together
the
in the same room.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
You know, it might be different, but at the same time, but if it's that good, then you never know. You know, you might not. Yeah, you might really don't care like that.
If what's
I
that?
don't
No, yeah.
If your wife's that good or the other person?
No, you know, just on you know, if your wife's that good, but your wife is always good, but you know, just that moment.
Oh,
Mhm.
so the other person that good.
Mhm.
Oh,
Mhm.
And then what do? You might just let go, right?
No, not necessarily. You ain't gonna let go.
Not, but I don't mean in that sense. I mean more in the sense like, you know, I'm glad that I entertained this and I wanted to be here. Basically, is what you said. Like,
Yeah, like that, basically. You know, but you know,
I feel like people say things better than when it's in the actual moment.
ooh, men or women?
In general, just go on both ends. You could talk. I feel like put us in that setting, that's not gonna be that same response. I just don't. Like I feel like because that's ideal. That's
I
what
think
you
when
say.
men think of it, they think of all the positive things. Like, oh, okay, I got two bitches, two everything,
Yeah.
two cooking for
Yeah.
me, two cleaning for me, whatever.
Mhm.
But when it really happens, what I would assume is that you also have two personalities.
That's exactly.
You have two people to provide for,
Mhm.
and it will be way more stress than it is fun. I think on the surface we think that it's all like light and
It
fun,
sounds
like,
good,
but
better
once
than the
it really happens, I think
actuality.
it would be a lot of strain on the man. Like two women living.
So
with
just
me.
imagine, right? Because
Yeah,
I'm a
No,
housewife.
I ain't gonna lie.
I'll
Yeah,
stay
I ain't gonna lie,
home.
though.
I'm an
I'm gonna be
at-home
honest
mom.
though. Low key, it's a headache.
See now,
That's
so
what
but
I'm saying.
why are you
That's
changing your
what I'm saying,
perspective?
yeah.
So
Absolutely.
on the surface,
don't get me wrong. If everything could be cordial, everything could be cool, and
but that's
for
not
sure, if it could
realistic.
be perfect,
That's not realistic.
then it's with it. But if it's not gonna be like that, no.
But what's perfect?
You know, sometimes you gonna bump heads, but not like with the
I know, but what's perfect? You come home
Like
and
no
what?
jealousy.
like that. You know,
Um,
jealousy.
Everybody genuinely likes each other because I feel like a lot of these couples do this, and the two women think that it's gonna be cool, but the women end up not liking each other because somebody's gonna be more superior than somebody else, and it's gonna be you because you've been here. So you're gonna be like the primary partner, and the other girl's gonna think she can do it, but once y'all move in together, it's probably not gonna be that smooth.
Old. And
Right.
if you have a whole new girlfriend, then both them people feel dumb.
Yeah.
All the
And
above.
get
You,
a
or just even feeling, just people want to feel equal, and in my eyes, you will never be that.
Yeah.
And just to feel like you will never be that, then how can that work?
But what if, in your mind, like, and I think a lot of people that go in, whether it be like couples and girlfriends, they go in thinking like you'll never be me. But then it changed because even if, maybe in the long run, no, but at some point he might start treating her like she is better than you. So then it's like, now you feel some type of way.
But let me clear it up. That's why I said, that's why you didn't catch us. So I said, in my mind, you will never be equal and you will never be me. So whether he even does do that, I'm still, in my mind, you still won't be
There's
that.
gonna be a
So
clash.
either we'll clash or
me and
we'll
her
clash.
Yeah.
We all clash. That's what I'm saying. Because in my mind, it'll never be
It's
that.
not gonna be
Even
easy
though it
for
might
us.
have changed in his, and he might have a whole nother outlook or thinking of that, but still to me, you will never be
I would
like
do
me.
the sister wife.
So
You
it's
said
like,
you would?
I wouldn't.
Oh, you would?
but he just said he would. And so when you think of actual reality, it's like you coming home from work every day or whatever you do to provide. Like it's two different personalities. It sounds good on the surface,
Yeah.
but presenting
sounds
for real
really
and
heavy for a
actuality,
man.
I just don't.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
look, I'm saying I would if everything would be perfect, but
Picture
if
perfect.
it's not like that for sure. Like, if it don't be that at all,
If it's not smooth, less stress, if
I'm
it ain't
not
that.
with none of that.
Yeah.
If you willing just to be my wife and just
So you're willing to try it, is what you're saying,
if you
and
with that,
hoping for the best.
but if not, then
Okay.
no,
So what if it does just complete damage? Then
then it'll be damaged.
it just be damage.
Too late at that point.
Right.
But I'm just saying if
That would be ideal.
that's
To
the
be
idea,
picture perfect.
that's every man just fantasy like the sister wife thing.
Mhm.
Of course they had that, but if not, man, they do the regular wife, just one wife and just leave it at that.
But see, when you say it, it makes it sound like you settled.
It's not
That's
settled.
just what men do because that's what you're
No,
supposed
it's not.
to. Does
It's
that
not,
make sense?
it's not settled. It's you with this woman that I love.
And that's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It don't gotta be nothing else. It's just
Mhm.
you know that I love you, no matter no type of love it is. It could be any type of love. You know that I love you.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you know
They don't know. You gotta tell. What does that mean?
whatever love that y'all think, any little bad love, none of that, but just love. Period. Just
Got you.
it's different ways how to love.
So basically, so with that, it's like, are you open or are you not? Are you open? So you open to it or you not open to it? Because it's like you want it to be perfect, but you know it's not gonna be perfect. So no.
So I ain't really open up to it.
Are you open to it?
Open to it is if, like I said, we meeting in the middle. And
Okay.
So what are you asking?
So what's
Open
meeting in
to
the middle?
Joining
You having
someone like
somebody
in the
else?
relationship, like
Yeah.
sexually,
You have
or
somebody
like
else?
living with someone.
Like a whole partner. So
Yeah,
we'll
like
be
a whole
living
partner.
together. Yeah.
Living
Like
together.
another woman.
You'll
Yeah.
have help with the
Or
kids.
another man. Which one are you more open to the other than
Another
one?
man?
Or
Oh,
I'm
no,
asking, we're asking
no.
Amber right now. We're asking Amber right now.
I'm not gonna
We're
go.
asking Amber.
So
We
interesting.
were asking about her heart, what she don't tell you at night.
Right.
We asking her
Oh, she can do that.
what she. No, not saying what she would do because it
Look,
would be a
look.
group decision.
Right.
You're not gonna do nothing without your consent.
Exactly.
I'm just saying like what she would be open to. Like you said, you would be open to trying it. If it was a woman,
I was
like
sharing the care, but sometimes you gotta be stingy.
okay.
Okay, so what does that mean to be stingy then? Because that's basically what she's asking. So on your part, like I said, all men think it's okay for their,
For a woman to
but then when
Oh,
it's the
or a
opposite,
man.
it's a problem.
Yeah, but
So the man, you
if
not-
I was open to that, then you'll be good. But I'm not open to that.
Are you open to that, Amber? We still need to get Amber's
That's what I'm
answer.
What?
I'm not
A
open
living
to
with
that.
another woman?
No, a woman or a man.
You'll have help with the
You
kids.
can tell Amber a
Kim.
fighter.
Amber, what?
Amber a fighter.
She'll fight the girl.
That's why you think I kept it. I just kept it with the one woman thing, kept it cool.
So what you saying?
Amber, she
And I
fighter.
be with my wife. I'm saying I'd rather be with my wife.
Right.
And leave it at that.
But you just said you was
Sister wives,
interested.
sister wives means that sister.
Yeah.
She not your wife. See, people don't know that.
You don't know what?
The sister's not your wife. Because whoever your wife, that's the one you really got to cherish first. Because the sister just came in.
So you're going to always treat the sister like she ain't the
So
same tier.
She can't be the same.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then
Okay.
when okay, so it goes back to
Right.
it. So he's saying that as the man, right? But you just asked, like, so what if his feelings change and
He starts
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is possible.
Mhm.
That's open. That's what you're leaving open to
Or
fit
she
in
have a
there.
baby.
Any of those
It's
things.
13.
All of those.
Your period
Any
can stop.
of these. Right.
Your stomach is no longer nowhere near looking like it's a
Then what does he say?
Mm-hmm.
Because then I have to become accepting of all of those things as well. So then
Yeah.
where does my part play?
That's where it's deeper than just fun.
Right.
That's where it's like
Right.
real life.
Real life,
To it. Yeah.
So then, like he emphasizes, I wouldn't, if I didn't, like, I'm not married, if I decide we weren't married anymore or anything, I wouldn't have no more kids and I would never get married again.
I wouldn't.
Okay, so then, but if you bring someone in, same thing, can
Mhm.
still happen. So say for this goes good for 10 or 15 years, and a kid comes involved in all of that, then we're not. Now you're responsible for this side, and you're responsible for this side, and then you might even make a new side.
Mm-hmm.
So then
It's a lot of sides.
exactly.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't do all the stuff.
Right.
That's too
Too many sides.
See,
Too many
so
sides, headache.
on the surface
getting older,
it
not
sounds
younger.
good,
Yeah.
but when you break those layers down,
Headaches.
those answers always change.
Always changing.
So basically, y'all not
Yeah.
open. That's basically what
That's the moral of the story.
the moral of the story.
It
Y'all
ain't
not
gonna work.
open.
Or is he just not?
Oh, we never got Amber's answer. Amber keeps, you're good. You keep turning the conversation somewhere else. We never got her
I'm
answer.
honest. If she was with the sister wife thing, yeah, but no, I'm not with it.
I just don't. I think it would be a headache.
Your wife gotta be
I
happy
think that-
first.
right.
So if she happy with it, then go down for it. If she's not, then it can't happen. Bitch, you gotta go. Okay.
So what do you
I'm
call
just
brother
too
husband?
Yeah, I'm too territorial.
Yeah, we the same sign. I know we're alike in a lot of
brother
ways.
husbands.
So,
She the brother husbands.
Brother husband.
She the brother husbands. I'm not with the brother husbands.
See, exactly.
I'm not with the brother
Exactly. So I guess that
You're not winning even for a trial. Like you're saying
Right.
trial. For that, there's no trial.
Not with that.
It's not happening.
Nah.
Period.
there's nothing even to
This is
think about.
pussy, they no free dick roaming around the building.
Right.
So one dick in his house.
My
So
man.
it's a fight. What you feel?
Yeah.
It's a fight.
So then that answers the question.
Right.
It's a fight.
Yeah, so
Right.
It's a fight. It ain't none of that. Because if we gonna fight, nigga, ain't no point.
So why can you be with sister wives but you can't be with brother husbands? That's the
the
point.
brother wives thing.
The brother
You better watch
husband.
Why? Is he
Oh,
gay
anybody
or
with
what?
a brother husband.
They better be. They must be.
Bisexual?
Why?
You gotta be.
Okay, so then that's the whole point though. So
That's
when
the
you
main
get,
thing.
so when you guys have
Why?
sex, that
Because-
doesn't mean that like he
That's
has
it,
to be
because sometimes you don't
there
want threesomes.
or
Always at the threesomes, and then with the threesomes, then the dependence.
Depending on what?
She mess with the feminine or whatever.
what? I'm lost.
Wait.
Lost. You got me totally confused. Wait.
You know, mess with like a little nigga with the voice. Nigga, he got the little soft, he got the soft voice with the.
So you said a non-masculine man. What is
Non-masculine,
non-masculine?
yeah,
But what
Oh.
else?
He's saying like that's what type of man you gonna mess with.
What
He said that's
So you
the
gonna
brother.
go from messing with a masculine man, your husband is a masculine, to a non-one because it's two
If
of
you
them?
not, if
So
you
that
not.
make him have to be like a feminine man to want to join?
We're recording right now?
Yeah.
Yes. But that,
So what's a pet peeve with in a relationship? Especially if you've been together for so long, it's like impossible to be with somebody.
But not like a serious one, like the
No, like a light one.
like the little things you guys are probably
that
expressing
people,
to each
that
other.
people overlook or something
But
like
it's
that.
like a personal thing
Or
that
he
it
might-
hurts your skin.
He might pass gas in his sleep.
Yeah, like whatever your thing is,
Listen, let me
like
tell you something.
I hate when you do
Anything
this.
A
Look,
pet
check
peeve?
this out. Pet
With
peeve.
him?
Pet peeve, me farting anything, I'm doing all that.
No, that's not what they said. They just
But
said
you-
like,
that was
an
personally,
example. That was an
just
example.
Yeah, like what personally irks you about each other, like a.
Some
It is-
I can tell you something
Not
that,
so
that is like the opposite.
That I don't like?
Yeah, that,
That I don't
yeah.
like.
That he don't like for you?
Like, yeah,
Uh-huh.
like me to bother him, like picking his face and stuff. Oh my God, he'd be ready to like pass out.
Uh-huh.
He want to cuss me like, him,
Like
I don't know,
that?
yeah. Like, I'm like, oh my God, is it that serious? He has like a fit, like a real fit. But
Because he gonna have like a little buffer, so he'd be like, let me poke the pocket.
Yeah.
Well, what's your pet peeve, Amber? Like your little thing with him that you be like, I hate when you do that.
oh my God, when he ties his shoes, they have to sit directly on the side of each other.
It gotta be perfect. The same
No,
size.
but we can't leave. Like they have to
It'll take time.
What? He'll take like 20 minutes and then I'll be ready. And then he'll pick like every like little thing like off his shirt. Like it'll be something you don't
nobody
even
can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lid and all that.
Yeah, that hurts. It hurts. Like I be wanting to scream. It does. And he'll just keep doing it. I'm like,
What's yours for Amber? She told us yours, but what's yours from you?
Really from my wife.
We all have.
Look, you like
I think
smiling
you
at
probably told her
everything.
before, like
I'm
whatever.
sure.
Only really thing
That
is
is
really
very cute.
is her picking with my face.
I know.
I'm not even gonna lie.
She needs to
Everything
stop.
else, she good.
Okay. So with all that, you know, with the pet peeves and the no adding other people to the relationship, what advice
No,
would you give others, married or non-married, on how to spice up their time in the bedroom? This is for married
How to
and
keep it
non-married.
spicy.
How to keep
Like
it
even if
spicy.
you're not married, but you've been together for a long time, so you
Yeah.
made a little like.
You know, you don't want to get complacent or bored. You know, like what y'all do to keep it up. Y'all been together for 10.5 years.
Yeah.
So it's like, how are y'all got 3 kids? So how are y'all making it to that third? Like, what are y'all doing that's just, you know?
Keep it spicy for us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's keeping it spicy?
Ain't gonna lie,
Or no, that was keeping it spicy for you guys. But what would you tell somebody else that's been in a long-term
Just,
relationship
if you've been in a long-term relationship,
and they getting bored?
and
How can they
if
spice
you're
it
getting
up?
bored and you feel that you thinking of whatever, just try it.
Try what?
Try what? Thinking of what she said. What are you saying?
Anything. If you feel
Is
like
that's how
whatever,
you keep it spicy?
You just keep it spicy. Just because people just have boring sex. This is regular sex.
Mm-hmm.
But if you feel you want to go the next level or whatever, just feel you want to do it with your wife, do it with your wife.
Are you a woman in general?
Or the woman in general.
So you saying just be open to trying new things.
Yeah.
Is what you saying. So what if she want to put her hand? Well, okay, you want to spice it up and you gonna try new things. You saying be open to it, don't be close-minded. So what if she gonna stick her finger in your butt, in your guy?
That she feel like that'll really just
That's
get
gonna
her
spice her up.
Spice her up.
Like,
And
baby, I'm just
if you with that, and you gonna do that, then do that with your wife. Do that with your wife or your girlfriend or the woman that you know that ain't gonna be telling everybody like, oh, I did that. Then that's different.
Right.
The woman that's do that, don't do that. But if this the woman that you love, and you know,
And this is for us type
it's
of
for
thing.
us, and you try.
If they
you
open
try
to that, then you just go ahead and try it.
You try with them. I mean, not try with them, but you know, with the person that you know who you gonna be with.
Mm-hmm.
If you be with that
So
person,
because you know you're gonna be with them, then that means you just be open to it. But what if the other person is not open to that?
But they ain't open to
But
it,
he's
then
saying
you not open
that's what he's trying to say. He's
You're
saying
not
that
open to
he's saying to be open, don't be closed-minded.
If you don't,
Right.
you don't.
Because most men would be closed-minded to that, like absolutely not my girl,
Yeah,
that makes me feel like I'm gay.
Right.
But he's saying if she worth it, then
But if she
You
want
be
to
open to
if
it.
she want
And it's gonna make her happy or
it's
whatever.
gonna make her happy too. If
Mhm.
you want to do it, then please your woman.
Mm-hmm.
Please your woman to keep your woman. You know what I'm saying? And if not, I don't know what to tell you. Because the next brother, he will do it.
Mm-hmm.
People thinking none of that, but listen, man, it will happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know me? Hey, better please your woman, man.
What you think, Amber? What advice would you give to a couple if they was wanted to like? If it was
I don't
getting
know
boring?
because me and him, we do have these conversations, and
Yeah.
like that's why I said like we're more open-minded people. But it's just like when I say like how far are you willing to go? Not saying I'm asking him like to do just some way out or just like test his like sexuality type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I feel like people view like being a freak different levels. Like they think, oh, if you have a threesome or if we're like and act like in places that you do, that makes you. I just feel like I don't know. I guess this may be your level of what you're just willing to do and willing to experience, and being letting the other person be comfortable with that. I guess
So
so.
you tend to be aware of where you are, your level, your freak level.
Exactly, being aware of it and like making sure that they're comfortable with that as well. Because you may be further than what they. I mean, you know, on a different level than what they are. But then that's too. I feel like that's when you should know your partner, because you should know. But some people don't. You know, you be married and you really don't know who you are married to, because they really want other things than what you either willing to do or giving, or so it just all depends on, like I said, I feel like people don't be really open with each other. So I feel like though, especially when we say like comparing our signs, I'm a Taurus and he's a Scorpio. Like our sign is extremely sexual, and I truly do believe that. But I do believe that I'm more sexual than he is.
Okay, that may be like a personal thing. Yeah.
She's good.
What were you gonna say?
It could. I just feel like, because I don't know. He says that. Cause of what?
Dog.
I am not. That's why I said I'm more of a sexual. I'm just,
Yeah.
What
do you think, Miyoko? I mean, not like from a marriage perspective, but what advice would you give a person if they came to you and was like, I don't know, I'm just getting bored or whatever?
I don't know. I guess I would just have to listen to. In order for me to know how bored they are, like what's making them bored, I would have to know what they're doing. Like what they're doing, what they're not doing.
So you would need details?
Yeah.
See, I don't think that,
because if you say
though,
no, but if I'm saying if somebody came to me and wanted me to tell them something to spice it up, to really tell you, I would need to know what you're not doing. Like if you saying.
Speaking from your own experience then, besides the married part, like what have you had to challenge yourself
I feel
to
like
do
when
or
I
tell
drink,
yourself to do?
I feel like when I drink, I'm less in my thoughts.
Yes.
So
The
that
inhibitions are gone.
makes me more open to where it's like, I'm not thinking like, do I look stupid? Do I sound stupid? You know, it like
but
lower
then
my
that
guard.
goes back to more insecurity stuff as well. And I feel like all women are just people in general. You can be a man too who has them, but that's what that to me goes back to. Instead of like when you said like what would you do to spice it up, it goes back to like how you are to me as a person. You know, like some people think like, oh, certain things are just inappropriate, or you shouldn't say that, or it's just a time and a place for everything. And some people don't. You know, so I just feel like again, what's your comfort level? And I feel like sometimes you have to push that.
Yeah.
You need to come out of that comfort zone and what you're used to. In order if they say they're bored, that just perfectly answers that question. You need to come out of what you're used to.
That's the thing, but you need something to help them. So that's what I'm saying. So to identify, like to say, like I know that if I drink, I'm something. So like if I want to do something with somebody, or somebody could proposition something, then I know what I need to do to get there. It's some people that won't do that either. It's some people that don't drink. They're not going to drink. And it's some people that still drink and still be in their thoughts. Like,
I get that, but so you saying that you're more open then?
Yeah, I'm just less in my thoughts. I don't think even if I'm not drinking, I'm open, but I'll be more in my thoughts. I don't think that I would enjoy it as much because I'm too in my thoughts. But I feel like when trying to make it right, like so we doing something. It's like I want it to be perfect. I want it to be right. I gotta make sure. But if like I'm drinking, then my guards are down.
That's okay.
I mean, I'm if I like you, I'm always like, okay, like what's up. But like if I'm drinking, it's kind of like
what's up.
So it's just kind of.
Get a little douchey, get a little loose. It's okay. It's nothing wrong with it.
So
okay.
I would just say drink. I would say drink a little.
I think that's a good advice.
And be with somebody who you are like you sexually attracted to, because I think that plays a part too. Like if I'm not sexually attracted to you, I'm not gonna go do nothing. I'm not gonna do nothing with you if I ain't sexually attracted. But if I'm sexually attracted, it's like, oh yeah.
You gonna bust down. You gonna
bust down. You gonna bust him right over. It's just like, you are so
much. Okay.
What about you?
Me. Okay, I would say That
What
was
advice are you
good.
giving?
To drink is good because I also feel the same when I drink. I'm more like less inhibitions and like free. Not all the ways. I still kind of be like, but if it's like somebody that I'm with and know, then that's out the window.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. And then also just I guess because it's an example for somebody that's together, like a partnership.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just say pay attention and listen to your partner, like shit that he be saying that he like. When y'all talking and it's out in the world, he like, I like that or I like this or whatever he like intrigues him that you see. Implement that into y'all's relationship because you heard him say he likes this or whatever. Like he may say like, I like the like if y'all at a strip club, and he be like, oh, I be liking when the bitches got the thongs that tie on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Like that one little thing. Get you some thongs that tie on the side and not the lace ones. Maybe he don't like little shit. So like. Pay attention and just surprise him with like, I've been listening to you, but you didn't know I was listening, but I was listening, you know?
You paying attention.
Like little stuff. Yeah.
Anytime you pay attention, that's an A+ for a man.
Mm-hmm.
It's any time.
Yeah.
I wish we could hear you. What you say?
What
you say?
I'm low like that. I'm low.
They told me to talk like I think I brought
I'm
it.
super low. Damn, you was kind of loud though.
Yeah.
You gotta be because they have to hear you. You have to be confident in what you say.
No, you do gotta be confident.
Say it with your chest.
Yeah.
You gotta say it.
Yeah, there you go.
All the way out.
Yeah,
listen.
He was like, yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, men with dating.
Yep.
Men with dating, we don't take that serious. That means you're not a girlfriend. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
So we can get back on the show because that's
we just playing a part and we just seeing where it go. Is that what you're saying?
Dating, females think dating just is like a dating like.
See, and that's what we talked about in the car. We have two different perspectives of that. I told him like you can date somebody and your boyfriend or your dude come pick you up and you guys go out and he goes to his house
and you might go do some other things or whatever, or you can't be upset because you forgot we dating.
So you feel like that a man's mind
you're
if we're dating,
you're
we're
not in
single?
a relationship.
You feel like if we're dating, we're single?
Yeah, if it was a relationship, then you'd be like, oh, we cool, but
So,
dating, we're not a relationship.
In
So
his
dating
mind,
is single. I'm not trying to get clarity.
Some females think dating
is a
is a
relationship,
relationship.
and he considers dating single. So what he's saying,
I would consider dating single too.
That's true. And that's
right,
I've
Both
actually
ways.
mentioned that.
Okay.
right.
Yeah, both ways, yeah.
So you
Both
say
ways.
so. You only feel like if someone lives together, that means that they're in a committed relationship.
Not necessarily. If you open to it, then that's different. But if you playing house and you my woman, I'm your girl, then that's different. Then we playing house. But if we on some open, I do what I want, or you do what you want, that's different. But if not, no.
But that's I don't get it. It like it don't really have like a end point. So like I can get that everybody's interpretation of dating is different. I believe that wholeheartedly. I asked that in my indirectness. That's what to explain what I was trying to ask. I said that per se. Like, what is your definition of dating? Because I feel like that makes it easy for me. Because that is true. Some people dating, I date like a guy will go on like 5 days, every day of the week, 7 days a week.
That's what I'm saying.
They got
That he a woman.
But some people date. No, but some people date to become in a relationship.
Dating with a purpose.
So So when your dude picks you up, you guys go out, but you guys just sleep in different atmospheres. That still doesn't mean you don't expect a certain thing.
For you to be faithful.
Or not even just faithful. I don't mean faithful.
No, it's not.
I don't mean faithful. I mean more so like if I call you, you answer type of thing.
Well, that's kind of faithful because if he's dating and he's with somebody else, maybe he can't answer. But if he's obligated to answer, then there's some kind of commitment there.
So how do you ever get to the commitment if dating for you?
So that sounds like what
you
you said.
answer on that other date, that means he got to commit with the other one.
Then he's not single then.
Right. So why are you
on
this date?
Because you already know where you're
Because you're answering. So when you answer her, she says, "What are you doing?" And you say, "I'm on a date." You think she's not going to get upset?
Yeah.
No, that doesn't work that way. Yeah. So therefore, you said, do you only feel like you together because you live together?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm getting at.
What makes the relationship? What confirms that you in a relationship? If dating each other is not enough.
got another topic?
Yeah, tell us a fun fact. DT, you tell us a fun fact about Amber. Amber, you tell us a fun fact about DT.
What you mean by fun fact? Like
That's like something that we probably wouldn't even expect. Like, let's just say, I don't know, he knows how to, like,
double dutch?
Yeah, double dutch. And then you know how to cut hair.
Like what
Because I would
you
know
know how
about
to
that.
do?
No, not specifically.
No, just a fun fact. Like, something that somebody would look at him or, like, people don't know.
Like, he know how to dance for real.
Like, he might know how to cook real good
whatever.
tacos. I don't know. Like, just something fun.
Oh, fun fact about my wife.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie though. I think dressing.
Oh,
That's a
fashion.
She know how to put her shit together.
Yeah.
That's a fun fact.
I ain't gonna lie. A lot of people fake my wife. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I fake it too though. But she had you boys fly though.
I should be helping
Oh,
you.
she be helping.
That's when you let me partake. But when you
She be having his opinion too.
No,
Like, I'm not wearing
as
that.
a woman,
and I'm like, well, then what's the point?
You know, your taste way better than what if it is or whatever.
So that's like another topic though, because I could come home with something and he'll be
I'm
like,
gonna just do the just.
He gonna tell you.
It's me.
so then I'll be like, well then you.
I mean, don't get me wrong, nigga. I want to pick out my own thing, but.
I'm not opposing to that, but
Really, when you lights, cameras outside, you know what I'm saying? Come on, you know why you gonna pick that? You know, see, I'm like, that's me. I did
because he wants more of a streetwear, and I feel like you should mix
Not
it.
streetwear.
Yeah,
I got you.
that's just how I take and play.
Yeah.
That's his. That's not to let him be who he is.
Yeah.
No,
I can't just overtake who he is. I still feel like with your clothes, it identifies with who you are as a person. But it just, what I try to get him to understand, and he's kind of more understanding now, is that, well, with me, it goes to play. I have a different wardrobe for different scenes. When I'm in different settings and places, different outlook and wear. Like, when I meet with my business partners, it's a whole different than what you would see me in. It's just totally different.
Yeah.
So I feel like I have separate parts
And you
in
know
my
how to
closet.
switch it up.
And I want him to understand that. So you don't always have the same concept, the same look. It depends on the setting. Make it like that. And then it makes it more fun because you picking different things that you would normally wear.
Yeah.
But if you put in this different setting, you'll put that on.
What's yours, Amber? So his for you was your sense
Fashion.
of style.
Mine?
Something.
I feel like, fun fact, he's more goofy than people think. He puts on this persona more serious, but he's really goofy.
Yeah.
You
can see that on the side.
Yeah, that most people don't get to see.
He said he could do the Carlton dance.
Yeah, shit like that. You know, behind closed doors when they say that. Like
Yeah.
What's a fun fact about you?
About me?
No, you can. No, I'm trying to think.
I was gonna say, I don't know.
Say a fun fact. A fun fact. The girl is just full of fun. So let me think.
Girl, I'm thinking like that. I know we was answering, so I'm like, I'm thinking of mine.
I think
right, you think it's an easy question, but it's actually pretty
like
hard.
what people won't know. I don't know. Okay, so go ahead.
No, people know.
A fun fact is that you have jokes. You a lot. You are like to the naked eye. She like serious. When people look at you, they perceive you a different type of way. But you really are sweet, and you really put a whole lot like, oh, you took it from me. I swear. Her mom is your mom is like up there, but you not far from her. And like we'll just be talking, and you'll just say it like randomly, and I'm like. That came out your like no, the girl got jokes. She be cool and calm and all that, but she got jokes about y'all out here.
Right. Don't take it too serious.
Don't take it too because she got.
But that's good. You
Yeah,
appreciate that
yeah.
as a friend, as a person.
It's so funny. I swear, whenever I hear it, I just be like, you are like your mom. I said y'all like y'all passing the baton today.
Oh my god. Okay, so mine for you. I don't know if I have more time to think, I'll probably come with a better one. But
oh my god, excuses.
I don't know, like kind of along the same line. Like I feel like when people don't know you, you come off as very like standoffish. But once you like, maybe not even open up, but have like the right drink or the right kind of drink, whatever, you will like literally break it down. Like, you will break it down before I will. Like, you will literally be in the club or out somewhere with your head in the air and go down to the ground and come back up. Like, she will really open
But
up.
what's so funny is so like ladylike.
Yeah, like real classy.
Oh my
Real
God.
classy. But like, if the vibe is right,
Yeah.
like, she will like open up and be like, will flip
What's
your
up?
hair and like go down
And
like,
flirt
what's
and
up?
flirt with somebody I'm not even
Yeah.
interested in. Like, why you not being so nice to him?
It don't happen often, but it can happen.
It's the fun in you.
It can
It's
happen.
okay, right?
Definitely.
Okay, so in every relationship, I guess I would say, I don't know if I believe this to be true, but between a man and a woman, there's one that have a more dominant personality.
Definitely.
Ooh,
I think so.
that's so good.
So
but
Who
we
has the more
like-
dominant?
I don't know.
It just depends, huh?
It depends.
Who has the more dominant personality
In the
between you and
relationship.
Amber?
Oh, because we. Oh,
It depends.
It depends on
Cause
what.
we are both extremely strong-willed, and I feel like ours.
I feel like I've experienced it to where I can feel.
I guess maybe it depends the situation.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
In a more calming situation, I think you got the more
Right.
dominant.
Yeah.
But when it get to a something, then you gonna see this one.
Yeah.
And he gonna say, I said what I said.
Yeah,
That's gonna be
yeah.
like, okay.
But then I know she gonna say something too, so I'm just gonna say
So then
that.
I was the more dominant one then.
No, she was gonna say something
She-
too.
okay.
But it don't mean that what he
He
said
not
is
gonna say
lying.
that,
Okay.
yeah.
It's just like now they about to like. It's like
I'm
oh,
gonna be honest.
she but
She the dominant one. Okay, she is.
Uh-huh.
She know, but when I say something, she better know when I say something. Like it just got,
you got a certain tone. She know you mean business.
come on, like.
I mean, I can still feel you should let a man play his role.
Uh-huh.
Even if you faking it.
Even if you,
the eye roll.
I told her, listen. She told
Let
me,
them think.
loving somebody like I told her. I said, even if you faking it, baby.
But what? You don't want
Let
nothing
me
fake.
think.
You want authentic.
Even if
You want-
I told you that.
Even if you faking it.
Even
That's
if,
interesting.
I'm just saying, even if you was faking it, I'm just saying, so what?
I don't know who would have the more dominant personality. If I was in a relationship, I think it just depends.
It do depend.
I don't know because you are stubborn.
It depends.
Not
It
to
depends.
mess with you either.
It
So would
depends.
you be submissive to your man?
If I trusted him,
So hard.
It depends.
I know. I feel like I
That's
answer it too easy. I say like if I trusted him. I think if I trusted him, I would. Like if like let's just say we start dating and everything is good, then I
So
will.
Do you
But
have
the
trust
minute
issues?
he give me something like I just don't agree with it, then I probably will stop.
So then I'll make you standoffish. So that's like saying, right, as soon as a man does something wrong, it instantly just, you back up.
Mhm.
That's-
I don't
and
back-
that's
I don't-
different. Right.
Okay, so I don't back off.
Or something that you don't be like,
Turn you on.
ugh.
I don't back off, but I stop. Not a turn off though. Like a turn off is like I've seen where like I feel like a turn off is like if a guy being too emotional, that is a turn off.
Uh-huh.
If he's
Yeah,
too emotional,
yeah,
like if
yeah.
I just see you cry off the blink.
But I feel like that's when you'll be more.
But so that no, because and it's not all the way around. I think it just really depends on like how much I like the guy. 'Cause it was like this one guy I was talking to. He was older.
Mm-hmm.
I felt in hindsight.
Why
I
you
felt
laughing like
because in
that?
hindsight I
What does
felt
that
bad.
mean?
In hindsight I felt bad when I told somebody it was like you are evil, but I don't mean it. But
He was letting you.
I didn't really. I can't say I liked them a lot, but it was just like I guess I didn't have at that time. I was just like whatever. He wasn't bad. It was like cool. And then like one time he called me
Mhm.
and he was like, I don't want to say.
Say
Oh my
it.
god,
What?
it's so
Say
bad.
it.
It's so bad. Okay,
It's
so
life experience,
I've
so-
changed. This was like years ago.
Just say it. Ain't nobody
So we was talking and all that. It was all cool. And then like he was from another state, but he lived out here.
Uh-huh.
He had to go back to the state because somebody in his family had died.
Mm-hmm.
His grandmother had died. And I remember like I was like on my way to work or something. I was talking and like whatever it was, he started like crying.
Uh-huh.
Right?
The guy, you know when that's so
Yes.
crazy.
So he started crying and I was like,
For what?
oh, and then he was like, you know, like she meant a lot to me, right? She was like a mom and stuff. And he like had some tears. Not like he was like, but I knew he was crying. Like I knew.
So what did you think?
Stop,
Like
Amber, let me finish. So he was like tears and stuff, and I was like,
see,
like something just that, like I really don't want to be like this, really. And I tell people like I work on myself.
Stop precursoring. Just tell your truth. What
no,
happened?
but something just clicked in my mind, and I immediately got turned off. So much to the point where.
Because he sniffled?
Stop, yes, whatever. Sniffle, shed tears, all that. R.I.P. all that.
You sure you knew he was crying?
I know for a fact. Whatever it was, I was like, I felt like he was too old to be like being that emotional. So stop, Amber, stop. So then look, so he did that. So then like that was that. So then later in the day or the next day or something, like he called me, and so mind you, when he started crying or what, I'm not just whatever he was going through. Whatever in me triggered already, right? So when we get off the phone, that was that. So when he calls me back, maybe a day later, I still had that. Like it was still there.
So where you were irritated.
Yeah, to where he was like something about like picking him up, and I was like, what? He said picking him up from the airport.
He was acting funny,
and I was like, no, I can't. And he said he was like, what you mean? And I was like, I can't. Like, I live too far.
That's
right? Because I lived in Lancaster. I said, I live too far. And he was like, I would do it for you. And I said, yeah, but I wouldn't ask you to.
So you felt because he acted like a bitch to you, it turned you
it
off.
Just, I can't say he acted like a bitch, but in that emotion.
It annoyed you.
What it did was it highlighted, for me, it highlighted some things within myself, like, just my upbringing, like the type of guys I'm attracted to. No matter what I look like, I somewhat have a type. It's a certain type of demeanor that I look for in a guy.
He wasn't giving you that.
And I just wasn't that. It was too, not in that moment. It didn't, after that, all the moments didn't even matter. He could have gave me phenomenal moments. After that, I wasn't on another level to where I was like something, and he was like, it's this, me picking him up from the airport turned into a whole thing. And I was like, and then it got to a point where I was like, I'm not doing it. So I don't know. Like, oh well. Like, why'd you ask me? Yeah. Like that type.
That was good. Was that all of our topics?
Oh,
we got more. Okay, we got more.
So, in your own words, tell us how to have a successful marriage. Minus the cliche trait. Like, just in your own, just from your own experience. Like, y'all being a young couple, being a... Like, what do you think it takes to make a successful marriage? Like, what's some advice you would give to somebody, like, right before they walk down the aisle, somebody who feel like they ready for marriage, young, ready for it? Like, what would you say they need to, you know, contribute to make that marriage successful? Because everybody can get married.
Everybody can.
A wedding, everybody can have a wedding. But how you going to have
make it last?
What's going to sustain it? What's going to make the marriage work?
You really have to know in your heart. And you really, really faith with Jesus Christ. Your faith has to be with Jesus Christ in your marriage. Because if you really know that the one who you love, and if she's loyal with you and you loyal with her, I'm going to be honest, it will work.
Loyalty.
Oh, some real stuff, loyalty. And open with each other, anything, talk about whatever. I'm just going to let you know. If you keep A+ with each other for real.
I think, just 99% is just being open. Just knowing that person. And not like, if you with somebody, and let's say for instance, you with a group of friends, and they with your group of friends, and they say something, you like, I ain't never heard of that before. And you've been with that person for years. You like, you never told me that you went to Brazil when you was 25. You know, whatever. That shouldn't be a shocker to you. That's something that should have been a conversation. You've already had, not, you don't know. So that was just an example, but just being open, just knowing who the person is.
I would say, I'm not married, but just making a relationship last, compromise.
Yes.
I feel like a lot of us have ego, men and women, and we have a perspective of how our person should be based off of our life experience and what we think is right. And if he doing that, he wrong. I just don't understand. No. But I think it takes compromise to make anything long-term work. A friendship, relationship, whatever. Because nobody's alike. We all so different. And there's going to be some things you're going to have to accept that you may not want to on both sides. So if you're willing to compromise, I feel like a relationship will last longer.
It will.
What do you think?
I agree. I think compromise and consistency. I believe that it's the same concept like that we talked about the other week, where it's like, however you got me, then I feel like that's what you should do to keep me, right? So we was taking trips, or we was going out, or we was just going and sit on the beach and smoke weed and have a drink. Whatever that was for y'all, whatever them special moments were for you guys, I think don't lose it. Keep it going, because that's what got you.
I agree with you with that. So that's what I want to go back to my husband, because like if you've done something in a relationship, he feel like you've already done that, so why keep doing that? And I totally disagree with that.
I do too.
I totally disagree.
Okay, so we can wrap it up, right?
Yes, we gonna do WCF. Okay, so the prior week we left you guys without a WTF. The combo was just too. It was just too good. We forgot all about WTF. It was too many WTF moments in that. So my WCF this week is with Azealia Banks. Look at her dead cat.
I heard about that.
I said, what? And so it's not so much of a WTF, but I don't know, for however long, for so many years, I always say that mental health is like more important than anything. And at this point, if that girl is cooking a cat, dead or alive, or any type of animal or insect, please, like
she's
something
reaching
is
for help.
Something not right. Even if she's not reaching for help, she could. At this point, I feel like you so far gone. You're not even acknowledging that you a human and people are watching you. I think that like she needs help, or she will not be here.
So did she show it, or she just talked about it?
I believe she showed it, and they might have taken it down. But I do believe that if it gets to that point, like somebody, whether it's the authorities, somebody should step in, because I think she's not gonna be here much longer. I think really in my heart, I believe that within a few months, like we'll be reading something saying that she's no longer here.
Because the signs are here. Okay, my WTF is short and light. It's kind of like what the fuck.
Which is forward thinking for air, water, and thermal management. The world of zip system building enclosures, where we believe in creating the optimal building no matter what the region.
That's fucking gnarly.
Because when you have the right.
Oh, he drank the weed. Forgets
The water. That's like me drinking my hookah water.
And he blowed out smoke. And he stuck his tongue out.
Interesting.
That was nasty to me.
That's disgusting.
Oh, it didn't burn.
Oh my god. I don't even know.
Because smoke be burning my throat. Too much of it. That's crazy. He drank the water.
Right. Ashes and all.
Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. We hate to leave you, but we must. So, we're out of here. And like we said in the beginning, tune in every Thursday. Subscribe, like, or comment, or all of them.
Yeah. And
stay tuned to our live sessions. Please DM us or email herwordsherthoughts at Yahoo. If you want to be a part of the live.
Yeah.
And before we leave you, we like to again thank DT and Amber for joining us, our young married couple. And with all the questions and all that about the doubts, uncertainties, and this and that, at the end we still want to highlight and congratulate Black love.
Definitely.
Young Black love. You don't see much of it, especially in its
Black love.
Especially in its authentic self. You do not really see it.
Form, right?
So
No, we gotta represent it more, man, for real.
Yeah.
Black love is the black way.
Definitely.
That's the only way we gonna win in this world.
That's
right.
Black love. You don't got the black love in your heart, man.
You don't get anything.
No.
No, man.
Black love is more pure, let's just say.
Yeah. So they were able to pass the camera test. So I'm sure you'll see more of them in the future.
Look though. I ain't gonna lie though. I ain't gonna look though. But this right here, y'all little podcast gonna win though. Cause you know why? This right
I'll tell
here.
you. That's what is it called?
You don't be watching us
For sure.
He don't have.
when you at home.
He don't have social media.
No, he on YouTube.
It's on
I
YouTube.
told him to look.
Oh, on YouTube too?
It's only on YouTube.
It's only on YouTube. We just put clippets up on Instagram.
Shut up, you lying. Okay, I'm on YouTube? YouTube.